Hello, friends, and all looking for a good time. This is a great video, the latest rumors about Disney's next movie, Alien 6, The Reconciliation. I have to warn all, this is another woke movie that will help Disney go broke. Some great alien movies have come and gone, and it looks like the worst is now to come. This movie has a paper thin plot, just how they explained how that one chick went back with uh, the the machine to the planet that started everything, and how the cold hearted machine, after the chick died, I guess, was just allowed to drive up to their so advanced planet and use the weapons they made on humans uh, to kill them all apparently, for none came back to the planet to try and kill the machine. How the alien movie makers explain that almost as an afterthought of the main part of their movie. Rumors say Disney's management has blown this new Aliens movie so bad too, because it's like a movie of all afterthoughts of woke thoughts slapped together to make uh, many woke messages into one movie that is pretty bad, critics say. But before we get into the rumored movie details, let me warn everyone these are just rumors, substantiated rumors from construction company workers not working for Disney anymore, but still have a love interest working for Disney. These are all rumors, unsubstantiated rumors. Pillow talk made more interesting with a few drinks down the hatch. These are all rumors that indicate Disney is making major changes to the Alien franchise, while many critics ask why go in that direction. For one, this Alien movie has a woke message, has targeted kids as their target audience, and has made big changes in how the aliens act, so it would be a more appropriate movie for kids, but still a horror story. Doesn't that all sound familiar, like the Star Wars 7, 8, and 9? Rumors have it the way Disney managed has put together this movie is very much how they did the Star Wars movie failures, giving up on the great script and then just putting together what they think were cool scenes. It is rumored this Disney Alien movie doesn't have such a good story and has Disney management, like their Star Wars, giving up on their first draft of the movie that took a long time to write by many writers, for it was too woke. In part, a love story of two gay aliens who truly make peace between the humans and the aliens, and even destroy the aliens' will for government handouts. Plus, they end all pollution problems. But that script was abandoned after it seemed too woke to Disney management, and now has Disney management with parts of cool alien movie scenes done, but not close to a done movie. These rumors focus on the latest Disney management has come up with in their brainstorming sessions to finish out the Alien movie, all within the constraints they came up with already as parts of the Alien movie they are going to keep. Disney didn't think it would be appropriate for kids to see the alien cover someone's face with suffocate them. So the first big change Disney made in their version of the Alien movie is the alien attaches to the kid's butt. Still, it's a big problem when things don't go out, the that exit that makes and plus with the alien inside the kids, it still makes the kids pass out, and then the shell falls off the kids, and then the kids wake up. But then later, when they feel like they needs to go to the bathroom, the new alien comes out. These are the Disney changes they made for aliens. It's pretty bad, but okay. So now, and the exit of the alien is kind of hidden because the kid has been had a blockage back there, and he's been dumping some big loads already. Disney management things, so it's all natural to Disney. You know, uh, Plus the host doesn't die; they just lose some weight. So the kids don't die, and they think Disney management thinks they are coming up with a great idea of explaining how the alien comes in and out without killing the child. Uh, but does that make it a good story? It kind of makes sense, But how does that make it a good story? Except for, cool looking aliens and how they act. All of this is in a tradition of, Disney management writing what they know. Like these Obama Democrats, they are not interested in reconciliation or anything like that. They're trying to get all they can from the government for free and through like protest of, Black Lives Matter, fighting and looting. They're getting the looting. They're getting people to donate money to them. They're getting all these benefits from the government, and they want to keep it going because that's how they want to make the money. So they're not interested in reconciliation at all, but getting more from the government. And so, you know, why is that in part of an alien movie? It's because Disney management is writing what they know. And it's just like the Star Wars. They wrote a lot of stuff that they knew about, like quarter jobs, but they just, is it interesting? I don't think so. Not so far to me. And it's even uh, it's the Disney management went so far as to say that the aliens are now the number one users of food stamps, and I'll need to try all in a need to try to get the movie past the one, just to pass the 1 hour mark. So they had to dig deep into a food stamp side story, just because they can't get over the 1 hour mark for their movie. Oh, so it sounds so bad and very very woke and but very very bad. Excuse me for that. There's some of the demonstrations of the movie that so far that Disney has come up with. And remember, these are only rumors, but like the kids would be out on a out on a recess or something like that, and the Disney came up with this cool like how in those war movies, like the camera follows the bomb going down to the ship and then exploding. Well, uh, Disney has a has the little alien, right there, and he's sneaking up on the kid, and then once the alien jumps, it has a new special power. It can use its wiggly arms and stuff, and adjust it, and it never misses a child's butt, and it hits it, and then the kid falls down, and then it's the back. He passes out and all, but just like Star Wars, they're giving the aliens new secret special powers. And a special power is like once they can jump after a butt, they can adjust, and there's a camera right behind them following them all the way, and then they hit the butt. And so, and that's, that part I saw, that was kind of cool. But everything else, see, that's it. They have one or two cool shots like that of like a real alien, with his tentacles and everything, kind of dangerous, looking for a host, and it jumps and it follows. The camera follows the alien and it hits its target, and so that kind of looks cool, like an exploding ship. But then, they have a lot of scenes where uh, it's the alien is just uh, going through a fence. Those kids these days, to be more safe, they're getting like these 9 foot fences all around their schools. And Disney management thinks it's so funny. Their little alien can sneak through a fence and sneak through a fence, and so all of that effort to to keep the alien out is nullified. And Disney just imagine it just laughs and laughs and laughs about that. You know, they all these big fences, and their aliens can just go in and out through the fence. But you know, again, Disney management thinks that's funny, but how is that going to make you know, how does that make a good movie? It really doesn't, I don't think. But it is a woke movie in that aliens now are humans and and older mature aliens are getting along. But like the story goes, their kids aren't getting along, and the humans and aliens, you know, humans use cows for food, and they're using cows for another reason this time, and it's for helping aliens, you know, uh, have pass on, you know, have kids and stuff like that. And you know, they just show like instead of a cow being slaughtered, you know, the alien kids go, you know, hit a cow this time at both sides. They can go on the face of the cow and on the back side of the cow, and so they get to two aliens out of one cow this time, which 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 you know, you know, Disney management loves it, but does it make a good movie? You know, no, it doesn't. But what helps? What helps the kids now? You know, to help them, you know, live in peace with the alien kids, is Disney has a new condom pants for Disney kids, and this is a major part of the movie. And there's a woke message in there, hidden woke message, but see, they call it the new condom pants for Disney kids, but right, and you know, uh, it has it's pants in such that, you know, if an alien goes hits the target, it goes into the condom pants, and the kids can quickly take them off, and it suffocates the alien safely. So the new condom pants for Disney kids, that's very expensive. Oh, everything that Disney sells is very expensive, right? So but it'll save kids, you know, and the parents have the kids, the parent aliens have the kids saying they will never go through the mouth again, you know, and so it's just if the kids do anything, they'll hit the target of the kid's bottom, and that's so now the kids are safe. And this and it's such a long, it's like 45 minutes, you know, how the condom pants of Disney kids work, and how they could used all the time, and you know, besides you know, they have like you know, and to make this section kind of you know, spice it up, they have the alien kids, if they hit their target, they will what some of their tentacles will do like an end zone dance, and they're making their way through the pants of just regular pants that don't work, that aren't Disney kind of pants, and then they suffocate the kid and the passes out. So and you know, that's kind of you know, it's not like a horror story, but there is horror uh, parts about this, you know, the horrible aliens that come out of the kids if they do get it. But and then another new special power that they're going to give the aliens is, you know, as they're kids and they aren't in a host yet, and they have all these tentacles, and they can have like a dance session where they all, like 12 alien kids can go all together, and they all do the same moves together, and they have a nice song going along, like, you know, aliens do it better or something like that. And then uh, and so they have a real cool scene, another of like 12 kids with all these tentacles doing the same thing, and you know, they can wiggle in different directions and all, and that's kind of like a cool thing, like you know, their high school you know, musicals and stuff like that. So they got another cool scene, but you know, it's just aliens dancing, And then uh, they didn't think that was enough, so they have like the little aliens can fart too, and they have like a little farting competition of these two little aliens, So they go through the process of you know aliens. We already know they go inside people, they transform and all, and but no one, Disney Imagine says, no one ever knew they could fart when they were kids, but when they're older, they can't fart. And so that's part of the movie. And, it's just kind of joking around, but that's what, like, some people thought the Solo movie was going along. They had some cool scenes, but they had and woke messages, but they couldn't put it together. So they said, "Oh, you know what makes a Star Wars movie like Solo come together is some like a dancing aliens, and then like two kids aliens farting competitions, that kind of comedy." And that was the direction the Solo movies were going, and they would then back then they thought that was going to be a bomb because they did something like that, and now they did it again here, and it's just they're going to make this aliens movie worse. Is it a horror story? Is it a comedy? What can you believe? But again and again, another lesson Disney hasn't learned is that they have a young girl in this movie, and she carries like 10 new condom pants, and some kids don't have them, and some kids get hit, by an alien, and the alien kids aren't stupid. They're gonna go after the poor kids that don't have the new Disney condom pants, or who got hit, and so for a kid to not get hit a second time, other human kids are being taught to you know circle around the kid and then take it for the kid, so so they can suffocate the alien, the rogue alien kid, and kill it, and then it doesn't go inside the kid without the pants. but but they have this one like girl, that kid, that has like 10 condom pants on her at all time, and she's running around jumping, and then right before an alien's gonna get somebody, she jumps in the way and she takes a hit, and then and before you know it, 10 aliens are dead, and then the kids are happy in the class again and thanking her and all, and but it's something, like she's flying and she's jumping and she's using doing things that her muscles say she can't do, and it's just all bad movie making, again making this movie bad. And but you know Disney Disney is just loves this movie. Disney management, just like Star Wars, Disney management loves this, and they had they they are celebrating the movie early. Disney management, almost like one time, or at least like once a month, they're having Disney management days where uh, you know, Disney management dresses up to pretending to be aliens, and then like they have a bunch of Disney employees not doing any work. You want to know how Disney is failing right now after borrowing they borrowed so much money to cover all their expenses to go through the pandemic. This is sort of an example of how Disney blows their money and why they're in such trouble. They have, instead of Disney employees working, they have they have Disney employees putting on the Disney condom pants and running for management. And Disney management, they aren't doing any management. They're in an alien costume, pretending to be aliens. And then, of course, there's there's a time when, like some, if they, to, if Disney management hasn't caught them, some Disney employees even, say, "Oh, I fell. I can't get up," and then Disney management with a smile catches up with that uh, Disney employee, and then they're using the condom pants and all, but it's it's their celebration. It's their celebration of their Aliens movie, of how good they think it's going to be, and so you know, uh, I don't think Disney management is getting this. Uh, it's uh, it's a movie that with a woke message, and remember, these are all just rumors and unsubstantiated rumors, but the woke message means most likely Disney will go broke. With this kind of show. Uh, this it's just they have a few cool scenes and a bunch of just stuff that you know only the most diehard Disney people are gonna like. And you know why these Disney people diehard like it? Because it's a Disney psychological attack. It's a psychological attack on kids that kids should and can be prepared for gay sex at any time with their new condom pants, and they will be safe whenever it happens. And that's another woke message. And sometimes, most of the time, it's just subtle. It's just like that psychological stuff where you know it's just the idea is planted there of an alien, penetrating a child, but then the child just takes off his condom pants, and then everything's fine. In fact, he's done something good. He's he's been victorious. It's that sort of psychological attack, and that's why a lot of these movies get made, even though they're gonna not make money. And while they aren't making money, the people who made it are saying, "You guys are you cry your man baby tears in a mug, and I'll go drink them." And because uh, a lot of what Disney does is a psychological attack to get what they want. And this time, it's a Disney psychological attack. Is kids and be prepared should be and be prepared can be prepared for gay sex, and that they would be safe whenever it happens. Whenever the attack happens, they just take off their condom shorts, and then that's it. They just put on your cool alien pants, and you'll be protected the whole day the whole day you're at school. No matter what happens, you have your condom pants on, and they don't call it the new condom pants. They call it the alien pants, the AP pants. You know, and they have a picture of an alien or on it or something like that. Cool alien, and it's sick, really. And I think that more than anything is the downfall of the Aliens Six, Disney's Aliens Six, the reconciliation, where the parents are reconciled, to get along, but it's like a fake reconciliation. It's like Obama Democrats and the Republicans right now. The Obama Democrats fake like they want to reconcile and all, but they're out there, looting. They're trying to get people to do things that will make it so they can loot more and get more government program money and get more. They try to make it look like all the whites are racist. They're starting out with a situation where whites are not racist, but on purpose, these Obama Democrats are coming in and saying, uh, "You are racist," and they're trying to make it look like you're racist, and it's all to get more money off the government, to get for looting, for whatever, for to get out of jail free. You know, uh, they'll say like, "Oh, it's just racist," attacking blacks, and if the cops don't have enough evidence, they're just gonna say, "Hey, we're gonna have to let these blacks go because there's not enough evidence, and is just like they're victims or something. But it's awful. It's an awful woke movie, Aliens. You know, it starts out. Uh, it starts out with cool pictures and like aliens and pods and baby aliens coming out of them, and then but it's all for kids. It's going to be for a kids movie, and so they made it. They made some big changes that I don't think anybody is going to like. They get me instead of like a horror filled, face full of alien on you. You can't breathe and all, but and then the guy comes back to life, but then later an alien pops out of him. All of that is gone, and then but awoke. I don't know what kind of message that alien movie has. I guess it's like for a while there, like we're like humans were just a byproduct of aliens. War, uh, war testing and war weapons testing, and then I don't know what kind of a message that was, but this is going to be a woke message about the new Disney condom pants for kids, and that's not right. It's going to be awful, and just like how I don't know how many you are out there, were you disappointed in how they explained? You know, uh, it sounded so good. They said that lady that was hurt injured, and in the the computer the robot that was injured were going back and to try to ask what happened, why did you create us, and who created you, or whatever, and then it was a paper thin answer. They let the alien ship just fly down there, uh, I guess without checking credentials or anything, just listening to a robot talk in their language or whatever, and they welcome it with open arms, and it's a war. They know it's a war ship. Why is a warship coming back to their home world? And they're waving it, and then the crazy robot drops all those weapons on them and kills them all. And then apparently, for this advanced civilization who had other planets, where they tested stuff out, and it went all over the galaxy. They went all over the Earth. Then all of a sudden, that was it. That was the end of these people that we find out. The robot kills them, and on that planet, and then apparently that was all of them. I guess all of them came back, and they settled back on that planet, saying we don't want to go out anymore because the alien, he kills the robot kills all the aliens that presumably made us. Uh, you know, uh, with their weapons on that one planet, and then there's no story like oh, aliens from other planets that they populated came back and tried to kill the machine. No, nothing like that. It's paper thin. It's a paper thin story, and this is a paper thin story, and it's like how uh, you know uh, it's just humans and aliens looking like they get come together, they reconciled, but the kids haven't, and there's still some problems going on that's kind of forward like. But oh, what kind of story is that? It's even worse, It's even worse than the paper thin story about the people that supposedly made us, and we find out nothing about them, and nothing that might have they thought about how they were born or whatever, and it's like that, and unfortunately, uh, the Aliens franchise has just run out of things to say. They their story is over with. I think their horror is over with. No surprise now if an alien wraps around someone's face and then pops out of them. It's happened so many times. It's awful. You don't want it to spread or anything, but and you're worried about maybe there's some mystery or anxiety about how the aliens would spread again or start up again, like some mean corporation would start them up or something like that. But I guess that's part of the woke message that they had was, oh, a corporation, mean corporation, it doesn't care about anything, and so, but I tell you, um, it's uh, it's a bad story. Uh, it's uh, it's run its course. Uh, you know, Disney management is having a hard time finding, trying to get a movie over 1 hour length of time. And they have they, they just don't seem to lost learned any lessons. They have a young girl that can do so much that that not even an Olympic athlete could do. Saving kids from the aliens and throwing down like 10 or so dead. but and then it has things like Disney management thinks it's so funny. What is so funny about uh, we build these fences around like kids, at their schools to be safe so they don't get, attacked and dragged off and, who knows, whatever. And then Disney management is smiling and laughing, according to rumors, that their aliens can just run back and forth in between the fence. The fence means nothing to the aliens, the Disney aliens. The kids have all access to Disney management because their aliens just slip through the fence. You know, are there aliens like support like the arts and kids stuff at our elementary things, and then Disney management sneaks in that way. They Disney management gives them money and instruments to make music and stuff, and they snuck in to get access to kids that way. And it doesn't matter how high the fence is then, if they're invited in to give donations and stuff, and to see how their donations are going, how the kids are using their donations. Oh, it's one sick Disney management, but that's corporations. Uh, they're getting to a point where Disney management is getting to a point where they I truly believe they have seen what China does with their slave labor, with their child labor, and they want to do it in America. And they just want to exploit people with their high prices, and then they already exploit their workers by denying them uh, health insurance, by making them part-time workers. Disney management cheats their part-time workers out of healthcare benefits that were meant it for them by making them work 30 hours or less. And Disney management is doing these things. They're raising their prices. They're treating uh, their employees really bad, and I really think it's because they seen China with their slave labor and their child labor, and that's the way they want to go. It seems like they want to just uh, they just want to screw their workers. They want to exploit their customers as much as they can, and they're sticking millions and millions of dollars in their pockets, millions for management and for the owners of the company through their dividends. It's just Disney has gotten sick, and it shows in some of the topics in the movies like Aliens. And again, this my recommendation is a big two thumbs down for Aliens, the next Aliens Disney movie, according to the rumors that come across. But okay, and then again, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked it. Uh, Please subscribe or have ask someone to subscribe. That helps. Make a comment to make this channel even better. If it's something I can provide you guys, I will. And yeah, again, put the likes. If you like something I do, put your thumbs. At least putting a thumbs up means you know it's something that I got that I did that you liked, and you didn't have to comment. That's your comment. I'll take that comment anytime. But I, and but uh, all you alien lovers out there, uh, again, it looks like this is a situation where, like Star Wars, all the best Star Wars movies have been done already, and you're gonna get three new alien movies, and they're gonna be bombs, and you're just gonna be so disappointed. And I feel for you. And just look at how who is making the movies. It's Disney management, and they're woke, and they buy off critics. Unfortunately, it looks like they bought off all of YouTube. That's my personal opinion. But if you look at YouTube now, everybody that used to complain about Disney is not complaining about Disney anymore, and even make up stuff like to help them Disney look good and say anything to help Disney look good and to open up their parks and to help Disney. And it really truly looks to me like all of these people were just paid off by Disney management in the last few months. But yeah, if you look at all of the big time people who are criticizing Disney, they aren't criticizing Disney anymore. And it's not because Disney has not gone woke. uh, Disney has just paid them off and trying to stop the bad press. They're going to try again, and they're going to try again with their woke message. And my proof is that they hired the 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 person who did that woke Ghostbusters with all the all woman cast and except for a man secretary, right? Which the man secretary and that guy he acted pretty darn good, with what material he had. I think he acted really good, but the material he had was so bad, and the girl's material was so bad, and it was woke, and they hired those writers, that team that put together that Ghostbusters movie to do another Haunted Mansion movie just recently, and that was after everybody on YouTube said Disney has changed. Disney has changed, and they are not woke anymore, and they will not accept anybody who's woke, and they'll fire everybody who's woke. But I tell you, this these rumors for the Alien movies, all woke, all woke, and the new Haunted Mansion movie that they're planning to make has a staff, that a writer and everybody, all woke people, all new hired woke people. Uh, at Disney, I hope I hope you don't mind me getting off a sidetrack, but everybody should boycott Disney as much as they can. I know people love movies, and Disney has some good movies on Disney Plus. So uh, we can't blame you for having some Disney purchases like Disney Plus, especially at this time. But if you can resist until like maybe the Mandalorian comes on, you don't have it until then, and then you catch up on all the old movies that they have again, because they have the Pirates movies, and they have a bunch of other movies that I can see people like to enjoy, uh, but it's the wrong people that are in possession of these movies, and they take the Alien, and then they make it for a show for alien kids, and then they make changes, and they think they're laughing like crazy, they're celebrating like crazy. Probably one of these Friday nights, Disney management, he's going to put on his alien costume, and and there's like 4 or 5 Disney employees of his outside his door, and they see him, and they have their condom pants on, and they're running away, and then some are acting like they're running away, but they get caught on purpose, you know, and they're having a great time, and they're having a great time, and they think they did their job. They did their job because they attack kids. Uh, they got with the condom pants. You know, you wear your condom pants, and you don't have to worry about any kind of sex or any kind of attack to that your bottom, and it's really sick. And it comes from their religion too, and it's just so sad, so sad. But again, if you're no child should see this movie, and I don't think it's again I have to worry about it being like those Harry Potter movies, you know. And then people were trying, oh, my kids can't watch that, but the kids want to watch that. Uh, I don't think this is a situation where I don't think any kids will want to watch this. And the horror parts that they are, oh, like the cow. They try to make it funny, but there's a scene there where a cow, you know, they think it's so funny. There's a cow standing there, and then the little alien takes his 1, 2, 3 and jumps, and he's locked into the cow bottom, and he hits it. He does his victory dance, and then boom, the cow gets it, and the cow's the cow's going moo, well, all during the attack from the bottom, but then all of a sudden, it's moo 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 moo, and then to get that cow to be quiet, an alien kid attacks the face, the cow. So there's still some gore, Uh, the cow gets like, his face covered up, and it's kind of horror like. It's kind of repulsive. But, the cow, the Disney manager thought, oh, that's funny, that's funny. And they, and so they put it in. But, it's just what Disney management thinks is funny or is a good movie has gone against some great directors, their work in Star Wars. Uh, they presented it to Disney management, and Disney management said, no, 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 we're going to change it or we're going to cut it out. And then they put in their ideas. And, and they don't even get all of their ideas because, some of these great directors don't want their name on you know, like kids having condom pants. Uh, it's they're gonna so it's really to blame. Disney management has all to blame for this, and you know who suffers then? It's the Disney employees. How many Disney employees have got fired recently because of Disney management mistakes? Yeah, Disney management makes mistakes, and they still get millions and millions of dollars. They get millions and millions in bonuses, and it's just out of control. You know, uh, they make mistakes. They get millions of dollars, and then the employees get fired. And uh, right now, uh, we got to push. Anybody who has been wronged by the Disney company has to push right now and try to boycott Disney as much as you can. You don't buy anything they make. You don't rent any movie they make. You don't buy any service they make. But again, everybody knows there's a certain limit. Uh, you're allowed to enjoy your life and watch some movies that they may have control over at the Disney Plus, but watch them, rewatch them, and then give up Disney Plus again and try for some other option, like maybe these libraries. When they open up, uh, they'll be safe, but only after a vaccine or a cure has been made, because this pandemic has that the kung flu is awful. I had it. You don't want it, and I hate to be rattling on like this, but it's very important that you just deny your access to the germs. If you don't come in contact with the germs, then you'll never get it. And going to the library and renting a video right now would be so dangerous. But once a vaccine and cure happen, maybe that would be a good option for you, But just try not to give Disney $1, $1, and then you remember that certain bad service you got at Disney. You remember the high prices you had to pay and you got nothing in return, or you remember the cool show that you went to see and they closed it down because of technical difficulties or whatever. Now's the time you get them back. You don't give up one penny. You ask the government not to help them at all. You know, you tell them uh, they're too big to fail is no problem anymore. Someone will buy the parks and open them up again, and someone will buy the rights to the movies and make them available again. So forget that in bankruptcy. So uh, don't get try not to get Disney any money, not from your pocket and not from your taxes that you give the government. So don't let your taxes go to help Disney, and you try to keep the parks closed for as long as you can. And it's a we do have a good reason, and Disney management once I this is part of the message that Disney has bought over YouTube. You know, on YouTube now they have hardly anybody criticizing them and saying, "Oh, they're going to change. They're going to change. They aren't going to do woke anymore," and they have people lying about the employees. Some of the employees, uh, Disney employees, are not getting paid any extra money to do all this extra cleaning and making sure all these germs are died, are killed, are cleaned up. And right now, at Walt Disney World, uh, Disney management is trying to pack in as many people as they can, and then, but their safety concerns are going down. It's just overburdening the little employees that they do have that they kept, and again, but the in the Disneyland in the Anaheim Parks area is a different story. Now, the Disneyland in Anaheim, in California, for years now, at least a couple years now, Disney management has said, we do not want you locals here anymore because you are not spending enough money. We want to import foreigners to here, free spending foreigners to Anaheim, California, Disneyland, uh, so that we make more money. And then they raise the prices on everything uh, to to make it harder for the locals to go to the park. It's too expensive for many locals now to go to the park, and they did it on purpose. They don't want the locals who bring their own lunches to and stuff, who don't spend money on the lunches to come to Disneyland. They have said for almost a couple of years now they want the foreigners to come here, and the free spending foreigners who will rent a room from them, who will buy all their food from them, and buy the more expensive tickets. And so Disney management has been making Disneyland for not for the locals but for foreigners, and and then on top of that, Disney management has been trying to get uh, the the hotels trying to rub the hotels, not building a hotel uh, in the face of the Disneyland locals. Uh, for at least a year, Disney has kind of rubbed that in and saying, "Hey, if you locals aren't going to work with us, we aren't going to build the new hotel that was supposed to go by the Disneyland in Anaheim." So they've been rubbing that in the locals' faces, and then they want, I'll say, so Disneyland wants like new power lines, they want new sewer lines, they want new lights, they want new streets, and they want all the locals to pay for it. All the locals have to pay for it, and then, but then They don't want the locals to come to the parks. They're trying to price them out of the parks. And for a while there, they were denying the locals to buy uh, the old discounted tickets. Remember that? They were blocking people out for getting those good deals to come to the parks because and that was a direct attempt at trying to block locals to come to the parks. And then they were wanting the free spending foreigners to come here. They want the spending foreigners to come here to possibly get us sick. And okay, uh, I don't know how many people are going to argue with that, but I believe at least 5% of people who get the Kung flu will die. 5%. Usually it's because they have a weakness to go with it, like diabetes or something like that, but or asthma or something. But they are good. 5% who get the Kung flu are going to die, and then the other 95% who get the Kung flu, they're going to suffer. Uh, The Rock, he suffered for 2.5 weeks, and he's a big hunking guy. And I tell you, after he said he felt like he was cured, he looked tired, and that's a big part of the Kung flu. It makes you so tired, but it attacks your chest, it attacks your brain, it attacks any weakness. If you had like a surgery recently before you get the Kung flu, it attacks that surgery area because it's like weak, it's not built up strong. Uh, it is awful, and it stays with some people for months, and they just haven't got better at all. And some people, some kids, a lot of kids, they just get a sore throat and then they're fine. But the thing with the kids is they are carriers. Like one kid got the kung flu at her school. She barely had some cold symptoms, maybe a sore throat, but then she gave 13 people in her family the kung flu. It's awful. It's awful. And if we can keep people, you can keep some of your in California, you can keep some of your parents alive. You can keep them from suffering for months by keeping the Disney death parks closed. We got to keep those Disney parks closed, where Disney management has said they will do everything they can to import customers from out of our state who have the Kung flu. Uh, in Europe, it's coming back, and they're shutting things down too. And but Disney wants from Europe, from China, from other states in California, other than California, they want to bring those people into the Disneyland park in Anaheim, and they don't want the locals there. They don't want the locals who bring their lunch, who don't spend money in the hotels or whatever, and Disneyland is not for the locals anymore, and that's a big thing that the YouTubers are lying about. And then another big thing is, oh, think about the workers. Well, you know what? Disney management is underpaying the workers. They cannot they cannot make enough money to meet their expenses in California. It has to be a raised. We have to raise the minimum wage, and we have to support the unions. In this case, they are fighting for something that is right. Disney management is not paying their employees enough to cover all their expenses, uh, and then Disney management is cheating thousands and thousands of their employees out of health care by making them part-time jobs, 30-hour work weeks, and Disney management is price gouging everybody else, uh, they raise the prices, the price gouging the locals that go, but they want the free spending foreigners to come and replace the locals, and to teach the locals a lesson. They stop the building of a new downtown Disney and the hotel section, just to teach the locals a lesson. Uh, and it was all about uh, making the pay for the workers right, and it's so true. And it's so true in the expensive California. You may be hard. Just look at the expenses that the employees have to pay. They're They have such high, rent or home expense, such high utilities, such high car expenses, mandatory insurance, everything. Uh, it's just their expenses are so high. Uh, uh, the minimum wage has to come up, and hopefully the governor Newsom will raise the minimum wage rate to something like $21 an hour, I believe, and would is workable. Is and now hear me out. Now a $21 an hour work week would make Disney, the Disney employee would not just have to be like cleaning toilets or cleaning the street, or there'd have to be a redesign of the job, which would include, you know, the Disney employee doing marketing such that customers would come back more. Uh, they would get marketing information or something like that. But the job would have to be redesigned to make it more respectful for the employee. And, if Disney can match their variable cost with just 20% occupancy, Disney management has said in Orlando, Florida, that even with just 20% occupancy, they can meet all of their variable costs, meaning they meet all of their workers' costs, and everything past that goes towards like paying their debt and paying off stuff, other expenses, that are fixed, like utilities and stuff like that. So at 20% capacity, Disney management can pay all of their workers. Uh, that means a raise, a minimum. That's proof that a minimum wage rate raised to $21 an hour uh, would mean like Disney would have to make like 40% capacity to break it, start paying off for their fixed cost, would meet all their variable costs. And that tells me, once they get to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% capacity, 110% capacity, they are price gouging us. They are abusing their workers. That is pure uh, money coming to fixed expenses, and then it goes just to profits. They make so much money in profits. They make so much. Their management makes so much millions of dollars. It's just that's the sign that's saying, we haven't taken care of the minimum wage. We gotta make a big change now. Uh, you know, to make up for all this time, we haven't changed the minimum wage, and it includes all that money going to China, and then those slave owners coming here and buying homes and stuff like that and making it too costly again. So, that trade deficit we had with China is killing us right now. It's killing the average worker and trying to buy a home and trying to pay for all the expenses. And and it's time for the workers to say, hey, no more this trade deficit trick by the rich, uh, and Disney management lying about how much they can pay workers. It has to change. It has to change now, and to get a powerful force behind us, it would be to get our government to support a minimum wage of $21 an hour, and that's hopefully maybe we can talk Governor Newsom into declaring that as an order. If not, make a change by through the California legislature, and then again, we got to support our workers through this pandemic. We need extended unemployment for all the workers through this pandemic. Uh, you know, and, and that's something that the, the companies will uh, end up paying for later on, through the payroll taxes and all. But that's something we can do right now, and I tell you, we should reopen California with a new minimum wage. That's a new livable wage, and and it's something that we got to fight for. We gotta recognize the tricks of these grand deficits. Uh, these rich people getting rich off of trading with slave traders uh, in China. They take their products and they're making money off of these cheap products. But it's people in California. It's not those people in Nebraska. These slave owners are coming to California and they're focusing on California, nice sunshine state, and buying up properties and stuff like that, making it more expensive for us. So we gotta fight back this from this trade deficits. All these tricks, like the printing of the money, that makes it more expensive for the workers, and yet we don't get a raise. You know, we gotta uh, we gotta recognize what the trade deficit has done to us in our living expenses. We gotta tell people that. We gotta tell people the printing of the money is killing us, and that in part we gotta get government workers to stop lying about like the unemployment rate and inflation rates. You know, we gotta get the truth in reporting the government numbers so that we can uh, truthfully support what we need and what we deserve, and that is a new minimum wage of $21 per hour for everybody. And then what we do is we fight, and we fight to keep it that way. We fight to keep slave slave owner products from coming into California, and we put tariffs. We gotta try to get tariffs up. We gotta try to change the system if we can't do it ourselves by a state, because we need to protect what we have once we get it. Once we get a new minimum wage, we gotta protect that it'll keep on buying all what we need, and we can't have more slave owners coming in and buying properties and stuff, making them higher for eventually we can't afford it anymore. We gotta fight to keep the slave owners out. We gotta fight to keep the products out. We gotta fight people in Nebraska, importing these Chinese goods and selling them cheap, getting rich and rich off a trade deficit, and then there's people like in California that pay for it. So again, I got off track here, but I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you find my alien rumors interesting. Remember, they're all rumors, and then near the end, like that minimum wage, a lot of that is just my opinion, but I really strongly believe in my opinion. I really believe my opinion is right, and again, yeah, and my thoughts about Disney management, my thoughts about the unemployment rate, and uh, I mean the unemployment benefits. We should have it all through this pandemic time period to help workers get through it properly. Uh, that's all my opinion, uh, and it's this. All of this is just rumors and my opinions. You know, the first part was rumors about the movie Aliens, and then the second part is my opinions about a lot of stuff. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I really believe in it, and I hope we can all get behind it. And you know, uh, Disneyland, Disneyland, the locals at Disneyland want five things. They want lower prices. They want a higher minimum wage. They want uh, the the hotels back. They want a trolley system back, and they want great live entertainment back. They want the big five. Those are the big five, and the locals are fighting Disneyland for them now. Disneyland and the locals, there's no love loss here. When Disney left, they have Disney management has people being actors and actresses. They're paying to go to the Disneyland, downtown Disney, and cry, and they're crying, and they go meet up with the like Disney management, and they hug the Disney management, and they cry, and they beg for the reopening, and that's all fake actors and actresses. That's just another Disney management show they're putting on there, and I tell you, uh, Disney management, they can blame the pandemic, but they should be about 75% of what's happening to them is all Disney management. That's my opinion, and that's it's all their fault. And a lot of these problems that they have now with like their movies, they think they're blockbusters, but they aren't blockbusters because uh, the the theaters places have shut. That's not true. Uh, they aren't blockbusters because they're bad movies. They're bad woke movies. Oh, and with the story not made right, and they can, but they'll blame it on someone else. And I tell you, the truth is not behind Disney management. The truth is behind the Disney worker. And help us fight for the big five. Remember, we want lower prices to enter the parks and for the products. We want great live entertainment that costs a lot. Uh, we want the trolley system that they never promised. We want to make going to Disneyland carless. They want a trolley system all the way down to Santa Ana to pick up workers or pick up people who want to go to the park and come to the Disneyland Resort. We want the new hotels and the downtown Disney that they were building. That they say, oh, we're not going to do it right now until you locals shape up. But I tell you, uh, let, let us locals tell Disneyland what to do, or don't pay for anything, okay? And remember, always a big five, and the minimum wage is part of it. And I people they just sit here like union, and they say, "Uh-oh, that's a bad word," but it isn't a bad word. It's it's that's more likely all these companies like Disney management controlling the press. I tell you, Disney management has control of like a Orange County Register, Los Angeles Times. They have control over everything. And then just recently, they even went and controlled all of YouTube. And now, this would probably be the only thing that would be negative about them that you hear most of the time. But just look at all of the people on YouTube that used to complain about Disney that don't do it anymore. They sure look like they were paid off. There are some people who report about Disney still, but they're few and far between. And and a lot of times they'll say something bad about Disney, but then they'll say lies like you know. Uh, lies about it's just Disney is doing everything it can to make not people get sick and all. But right now, it looks like a lot of people are a lot of employees at the Disney and Walt Disney World are not uh, doing all they can to keep people safe from getting sick, and it's because not because they're Disney worker, it's because for what they are paid, they are being asked by management to do so much more, and they're not even being paid to for being exposed to stuff like that. Uh, Disney management wants to even pay them less, so it's just Disney management is the problem, and I believe once you see this Alien, the reconciliation, Alien number 6, the reconciliation, you're gonna find it is Disney management. Things that make them laugh or don't make everybody laugh. Uh, they do have some cool special effects, but even Disney management, they get so cheap they don't buy as much cool special effects anymore. So even there, they're blowing it. So, but okay, so I got to wrap this up. Please subscribe. I need subscribers, and put those thumbs up. And again, and I hope you enjoyed this. And that's all I want is try to help people enjoy this. If you don't like this, I'm so sorry. It's maybe I said something wrong, but we'll talk it over. We'll talk it through, and you'll see. Uh, it's you know I am for the Disney employee when I say boycott Disney, keep them shut down, and it's because we gotta use that as leverage to get the Disney workers a living wage and get paid to expose themselves to maybe getting the kung flu and dying, and you know, and again, for Disneyland, Disney management says they want free spending foreigners, and they want the locals to pay for it all, like the new streets, or if a foreigner runs into a stop sign, we have to pay to replace the stop sign, and while Disney gets the foreigners' money, you know, and and the foreigners get us sick and killed, and in California, it's a much bigger problem in other states. There's been a lot more death. There's been a lot more sickness. It is something. This kung flu is something you do not want, and our California Governor Newsom has saved tens of thousands of lives from being killed, and Governor Newsom has saved hundreds of thousands of people from being suffering through the sickness, and it is important, you know, when that one person killed is like your mom or your dad, uh, it really, if it's something we can avoid,